What up, though? What it do? What did it do? What does it do? What does it do all the time? All right, so I was about to turn in. I was about to go ahead and turn in, but I was like, you know what? Some of the homies in the home match might want to chat it up about what's cracking this weekend. Little Super Bowl Sunday. But tomorrow's Friday. So, everybody's trying to get ready for the game. And I don't watch the games. I just go ahead and give my little 2 cents. What I think is going to happen. You know, I think the Rams are going to get slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? That little cheap shot they did, that the Rams did, I think they're going to pay for that cheap shot. I think, you know what I think? I think it's going to be Peyton Manning versus uh freaking it's going to be Denver versus Seattle all over again. That's what I think. And we saw what happened to that when the Leeds and the Boom slowed down. Who was the Crabtree was playing for them at that time, wasn't he? When the Leeds and the Boom slowed them boys down, Peyton Manning was like, "What? You guys don't even want to play?" uh, now I gotta say this about the Pats defense. The Pats defense, that line, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, he's gonna win. Uh huh. Yeah, he gonna win. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. They had the LA Fires, so you know, they could give it to LA because of the fires, but the problem is Tom Brady's running out of time. You know what I'm saying? And then next year you probably be looking at the Saints actually winning. Tom Brady's running out of time. I said last year when they lost, that was like Tom Brady's gonna win next year. It's like he has to because he's getting old. And Tom Brady is not the he listen, Tom Brady is no longer to me the deciding factor whether they win or not. He's not. He's not as potent as he was, say, 4 or 5 years ago. That's to me. To me, Bill Belichick is even more lethal now than he ever was. That's what I see. I don't see Tom Brady stepping up. And I was thinking of Super Bowl for LA, defense to pressure. Like I said, LA could take it because of the first for LA. Well, what does all the pressure other people in LA? Could be. Could definitely be. Um, I just they're running out of time. That's the problem. See, LA. See, here's the thing about LA. Oh, okay, okay. Let's do this. Let's go back and look at when the Saints won. That was in 2009, right? But Hurricane Katrina was years before that, right? So, but eventually they won. And everybody was just like, yeah, yeah, we won one for Hurricane Katrina. See, they remember the disaster that happened. And then when their squad won, they was like, this is for that, for all the stuff that happened in Hurricane Katrina. It's just like, okay, I'll eat that. LA fires, LA always has fires. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like they need to give it to LA now because of the fires. Now, those were some terrible fires. I mean, those were horrific. You know what I'm saying? So it just wouldn't surprise me if they got it. Now, but why did the Eagles get it though? Why did the Eagles win last year? See, we can't look at something that happened, some catastrophe that happened last year and go, oh, the Eagles won. So your point is, well, they might say, okay, we're going to go ahead and, hey, Tom and everyone, hey, what's going on? Just go. New England is on a winning streak with Tom Brady leading the way. This is correct. But see, like I said, okay, getting back to your point. Okay, Brady is. This is true. This is what I'm saying. Brady's getting old. There's a rush for Brady to be the best ever. Okay, that's for one thing. Okay, you got to look at a couple things here. There's a lot of dynamics that's going on here. One, they trying to make Brady the best person. Uh, why did the Eagles win? That's what I'm saying. Why did the Eagles win? But you got to look at Brady and go, and I'm gonna answer why the Eagles win. You gotta look at Brady and go, Brady's getting old. Brady doesn't got that. He don't got the same zip on the ball. We seen the same thing happen to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was getting old. He got shut down in the Super Bowl, shut down and beat bad. He got beat so bad that he was going to the sideline asking his own players if they wanted to play. They were getting spanked. But what did they? But what happened after that? Because of Vegas, Eagles might through. But what happened after that? When he went right back to the Super Bowl and he won, and Cam Newton made sure that he won. So you got the dynamic of Brady getting old, right? So if Brady's getting old, they got to get him out of there. Probably the monetary purposes, the Eagles are on the yeah American team, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at Brady getting old, right? Well, Brady's getting old. They trying to make him the best athlete ever, right? When you're looking at the major sports, we're not talking about Michael Phelps winning 15 golds or whatever that is. We're talking about the major team sports, which is baseball. Pats win. It's pretty, yeah. Which is baseball, basketball, and football. We're looking at those team sports right there. Right now, your number one winningest person, you're looking at Michael Jordan. That's it. You're looking at Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was on his team that carried him all the way through that. So you're looking at Michael Jordan. So they're just like Patriots. So you hate them. That's because of the Deflate Gate, and when they beat Pittsburgh in a Deflate Gate, and a lot of other stuff that they were doing. But so when you look at Brady getting old and Michael Jordan kicking his butt, ton of notice is off the topic, but what happened to the group? We're meeting. The group is meeting in right. They do cheat. The group is meeting in I think July. We're meeting in July. So nothing happened. It's still going on. And you probably need to get in touch with Nicole because I think she's like wanting to organize the whole thing. All I know is I'm probably gonna come down there in July. I'm gonna let everybody know. We're gonna meet up in Atlanta, you guys. Everybody's welcome to come down. But nonetheless, so when you got Brady getting old, and they're just like, oh, Brady, you getting old. We got to get you. How many does he have? 5? We got to get you 7. Now that would have happened if they would have beat the Eagles, but you got to understand, for them to go ahead and beat the Eagles, you got okay. Let me step back. So let's look at the year let's look at last year. And what was the big thing last year? The big talk was the NFL, it was even in the news, the NFL is losing seats. and it was like there's like what was it like 1.5? The Pats was like 1.5. Oh man, I need my glasses. Just one. Okay, so it was like 1.5 million a game they were losing. Just made huge controversy with their advertisement. Peck's big sponsor. Oh, okay. I need to look at that in the morning. But so when you got those type of dynamics, Brady needs to hurry up and well, last year the Patriots win. No, it won't. They got one more. When you got Michael Jordan has six, Brady will have six if he wins now. Uh, the league is losing money hand over fist. Well, that's not true. They're not losing money hand over fist because of the advertisements. They're in league with the advertisement just as well as they're in league with the military. So they're not losing money hand over fist because the military paid the NFL to have a military presence on the field back in like 2006 or something like that. It paid them like $10 million. So they pay them to have a military presence. Okay, so you guys got to understand that they're getting money from more than just ticket sales. They're getting it from the ads. They're getting it. I mean, they're getting it from heck, maybe a politician. I mean, it's really convoluted now. It's not just a game anymore. They're in deep because they know the American people and people abroad really look at football. And if you can get people to look at something for 5 minutes, this is how the Nelson ratings tells how many people have watched something. The Nelson ratings go by 5 minutes. If you turn on a channel and you're looking at it for 5 minutes, boom, Nelson ratings. See, things have changed because the internet is another strong factor when it comes to how many people are watching what, right? So your ratings are different because of how many people have tuned into this on the internet as well. It's not just the TV, it's how many people look on the internet. How many people will look at this 3 days later? How many people will look at it 10 days later? All of those statistics are counted for. A second minute warning, you'll see the drama around the time fourth quarter. This is where they make the most of their money. Oh, yeah, right. So there's a lot that's going into it. See, because people watch the games a day later, a week later, a year later, and they're still getting money because those ads they've already, you know what I'm saying? Those ads have shown, but those ads keep going. We can remember who did ads from 3, 4 years ago. Why? Because the Super Bowl commercials is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Because people keep seeing that 3, 4, 5 years later and they're still making money off of it. So you got to understand that they don't need to fill the seats as much as they used to. Uh, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, people don't watch now. They'll watch it 3, 4 years from now. Heck, their kids will be like, I remember watching the Super Bowl at home, Super Bowl, whatever, and they'll sit there and watch the whole game again. They still make money off of that. Coca Cola ain't going nowhere. Kroger's ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Mercedes Benz ain't going nowhere. There still be selling watches and all that other stuff that they sell. That stuff isn't going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? They're still selling macaroni. They're still selling hamburgers and hot dogs. Those products aren't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So 10, 20 years down the line, they're still making revenue. And that's the big machine behind it. It's the ads. But it's the ads and the military is the huge machines behind it. So they're getting money. So yes, people are. are becoming uninterested. But see, this is one reason why they can push Brady out the door now. His coach already tried to do it. Belichick already tried to do it. Now they can just go ahead and push him out. He's got one more win, and that's it. I'm talking about after this one. One more. That's it. If he wins number 7, they'll sit him down. And they need to do it soon so it can make sense. Go ahead and touchdown. Chiefs go ahead. Touchdown. Take the lead against the Pats. Those 2 minutes. 2 seconds left in the game. Just in time for the 2-minute warning. They time it flawless. Yeah. It's always flawless. When you got the ref patting you on the back after you win. When the ref is celebrating in the end zone with you. In a circle. The ref is in the middle of the circle. Celebrating and jumping up and down with you. Then he walks over to you. He finds you during all the mayhem after the game is over and walks over to you and pats you on the chest. Hey, way to go, buddy. We did it. We? You're supposed to be neutral. Nah. I'm not having that. We did, you know what I'm saying? It's a mockery now. For the players, try to see what you read here. It's very small. Give me a break. Very small. Trying to read what you're saying there, but yeah. I knew Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to the Super Bowl. There was no reason for him to go to the Super Bowl. Except for them talking about MVP, but you're not gonna out MVP the MVP. You may be the MVP of the year, but Tom Brady is the MVP of the NFL. He's too right. He's good. His dad was a good pitcher, but you have to literally pay your dues before you get that, bro. Like you're not just gonna roll up here and get this. Dak Prescott, you're not rolling up in here, Dak from Old Miss. You're not rolling up in here like that. You seen one person actually, come in the game and do it. And that was Russell. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson. He actually rolled up in the NFL before he got his big contract and won a Super Bowl and went right back to the Super Bowl. But that was only because he had a dynamite defense. And once his defense was gone and they all signed out because they all wanted more money, which is what they do, they let greed get to them. Once that defense start, Pierre Paul and, well, not Pierre Paul, he was with the Pierre Paul was with the freaking Giants when they won the Super Bowl. But once they dissolved that team, that was it. Russell didn't play the Super Bowl. Russell was told to throw that pass. You got to understand, Russell Wilson doesn't go up to the line and change the play. Tom Brady walks up to the line and changes the play according to what he sees. Russell Wilson doesn't do that. Russell Wilson goes to the line and does exactly what Pete Carroll tells him to do. What do you want me to run, coach? Pete Carroll says, run a slant on the 3-yard line. Like, wait, what? Russell Wilson doesn't go and say, the coach is tripping. I'm going to run this beast mode. I'm going to beast mode right up the doggone. Nuh-uh. I think that Russell Wilson is going to throw an interception for sure. Russell Wilson shouldn't even. Man, you think Russell Wilson shouldn't even throw that ball? I think Russell Wilson is going to throw an interception. Nobody expected Russell Wilson to throw that ball. Yeah. Pete Carroll told him to do it. And Russell Wilson is new. He brand new. Listen. Russell Wilson was in the fix because he's a smart quarterback. But here's the fix he was in. We're in the Super Bowl. If uh, um, I mess this up by doing something I, say do, it's on me. Everybody knows that I'm new. If I do what he says and he messes it up or it goes well, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, don't Cody Parkey me. Go and talk to Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? Because Russell had to do what he said because he didn't even have his contract. Yeah, it's on the coach. He was just like, hey, I don't even have my contract. He didn't get his. Hey, what's going on, Red? How you doing? Red, we're meeting in July. We're coming to Atlanta in July, so we're coming to see you in July. But he was like, look, and you guys don't be mad at me. Even Beast Mode knew that. Beast Mode wasn't. You didn't hear not one person say it was Russell Wilson's fault. You didn't hear that. You don't hear nobody crying about what Russell Wilson did. Nobody, because everybody know that's Pete Carroll's doing. Pete Carroll's the one that told him to throw that ball. Now, if Russell Wilson was told to, that's good, baby girl. Sure, it's good to hear from you. Now, if Pete Carroll told him to run that ball and he threw that ball instead, then that's different. But he did exactly what Pete said. And Brown is the one who got all the glory because he was a Super Bowl MVP after that. Guy who caught the ball. You right, unless he was told to. Hold on a second. Yeah, unless he was told to. Absolutely. Get my vaporizer going here. Absolutely. Russell Wilson, he still does what he's told. Russell Wilson know better than that. If he tries to do it something else, he'll have his butt in a sling. He ain't going out like that. He's smart. This doggone thing isn't gonna work. You gonna work, bro? I need you. Boy. I'll get it going later. Russell Wilson know better. But I like Russell Wilson. I like old boy. He a good quarterback. But he lost his defense. Once he lost his defense, that was it. Hey, Toad. Oh, you got surgery next month. What you done did? You was lifting weights? You was powerlifting. You was powerlifting. That's what happened. Red. She be in the gym powerlifting. You know what you done did? Pop the T3. Hit him with the cervical. You done popped it. You done popped your back out. Huh? Trying to deadlift 600. But yeah, I like Russell Wilson, man. But they ain't been back. July's a good time. Oh, okay. Yeah, July's a great time. But I expect Tom to take it all. I expect them to take it all and not be that. Let's see what you did here. Somebody said something. What up? Who that is? How you doing, buddy? Shoot, I expect Russell. I expect Tom to take it all. Not doing too much, but you're good. Well, as long as you're good, baby, too. We all hanging in there. We all hanging in there. I expect the defense. I expect the defense to crush the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect them to come in and beat the crap out of the Rams. That's what I expect. Like, I'm not trying to see the Rams score anywhere over 7 points. I want them to get crushed. Like, I want the Rams to get crushed like 31 to like 7. I want it to be bad so they can learn their lessons. That's what I'm hoping. Well, everybody left. I think everybody gone. It's a good chat. It's a good chat. Who's still left? Red, you still left here, Red? Shit, what you did? What you getting surgery on? Meniscus? What you do? Your patella? Hurt your patella? Yeah. What'd you do? Going to be crazy down here for Super Bowl. Oh wait, the Super Bowl is in Atlanta. What? The Super Bowl is in Atlanta. Oh, gallstones. Girl, you gotta get rid of them, girl. Yeah. Yep. They just be coming out of nowhere. It's usually something. It's usually stuff that we eat. They developed. Uh, shoot. The Super Bowl's in Atlanta. What? I didn't know that. Well, they need to pick a neutral zone. I didn't know that. I bet the people in Atlanta are just like, yeah, y'all would play the Super Bowl down here after, y'all done beat up on us 2 years ago. You, you, you so you cheating so and so. How you gonna get beat after you up 28 points? Atlanta? Nah, bro. Nah. Come on, Atlanta. Come on, Atlanta. Come on, Julio Jones. Come on, Julio. Matt Ryan. Come on, Matt Ryan. 3rd and 5. Matt. Matt. You get hit by Hightower. You drop back for a pass. 3rd and 5. Come on, Matt Ryan. And people working not getting paid. Yeah, that people working not getting paid ain't that's a bad deal. That's why if that's why what's her name came out and started speaking about it. But then she had to quiet down. She going at it with the president. Freaking little loudmouth chick out of the Bronx. That's my girl though. She got mouth on her. Even she even said she's like, "Yo, I gotta watch what I say because they might try to get me up out of here, and I got too much to live for. I got a daughter." She said, "So I gotta watch what I say." She know the deal. You can only say so much before they come see you. They will, they'll come right to the Bronx. They'll come right to the hood. You know what I'm saying? And they'll knock right on your door, broad daylight, and everybody see them. They'll be like, "Oh, shoot. That's the government cheese." The government cheese, she was like, "Nah, I don't want them to come see me. I already know what it is. She said, they'll try to get me up out of here." And we already know what that is. What's that girl's name again? I'm sorry, I'm a little sleepy. But yeah, she's like, "I gotta watch what I say. Because they'll come for her." That the government the, the Patriots are gay, man. Come on, man. The Patriots are gay. Oh my goodness. How How did it come to this? People hate the Patriots, man. I don't even hate the Patriots. I just think they're part of a system. They're just part of a system. The rapper chick. Hey, baby, I like it like that. I like it like that. Oh, you're an Eagle fan? What you crying about? You got one last year. Oh, you Eagles hate everyone. Who's that girl that sang "I Like It Like That"? The rapper chick. I like that. I like that. I like the girl that sings Bodak Black. If you want to, Cardi B. Cardi B. Yeah, Cardi B, man. She's like, I gotta chill because, you know, they'll take me up out of here and I got a daughter. She's like, I got too much to live for. I'm just like, yeah, Cardi, you going at it with the president is not a good move. It's not a good move to go at it with the president. It's just not. Because he don't care. If you haven't noticed, Donald Trump is a gangster. He doesn't care. He gangster. You gotta chill. Just let him say what he want, man. As long as he stays on, the grassy knoll. You do not want him to come to the hood because all that rah rah. Yeah, we from. Let them boys pull up. All that'll be all settled. Oh my God, they did this to us. Black power. Black power, man, they did this to us. Now you want to unify. We need to unify. Oh no, you want to tear the streets up, but now you want to unify because the boys came there. Yeah, they'll come see you. Just let him send out his tweets. So what? You know? But the employees not working, that's just nonsense. They want you to celebrate, or the employees going to work. He wants them to go to work and not get paid. Like, dude, it costs money to come to work. I got to pay a babysitter. I got to buy lunch, food, gas. It costs money to travel. The bus ain't giving nobody free rides. There isn't, Elon Musk don't have electric cars just going back and forth for everybody to just get a ride and it's free. It just doesn't work like that. So no, I can't come to work. You in day 30, 31 with no end in sight because you want to build a goofy wall that ain't going to stop anything. Talking about some illegals. You got enough crime going on right here in America, and you worried about these people coming from Honduras. The majority of them are women and children. Gotta get on up out of here with that. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad the people in the A's getting. Man, you got a lot of government employees in Atlanta. You got like the CDC and all that in Atlanta. Better, you know what I'm saying? Those people are tearing something up down there. It ain't no joke. The homelessness down in Atlanta is ridiculous. Oh no, ain't nobody trying to hear that. You coming to work and you ain't getting no scratch. Can you give me a third of what I was getting paid? Now you got people standing, in pop up homeless shelters. I mean, food banks. Nah, bro. It's cold outside too. How am I gonna pay for this electricity to keep my heat on and all that? Shoot. Nah, nah, bro. I'm not with all. I'm not with none of that. Pay people. You know what I'm saying? Then you want us to look at some goofy game. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, they acting a fool. and you want us to watch some goofy. You want us to care who's gonna knock a ball over the goal. We supposed to give a damn about who scores a touchdown, and you got people in the dead of winter, who are going to work and not getting paid. Nobody give a damn about that. It's the dead of winter. It's January. And you want me to feel what about? You better get all the way up on out of here, man. Shoot. Better tell Robert Kraft to give us some money. You know what I'm saying? Him and the Jones brothers be acting a fool. Better tell some of them billionaires to pay some of these electric bills. Now that would be something. That would be something. If they win the Super Bowl and then the owner, you know, started some type of GoFundMe and threw in, you know what I'm saying, 2 million. I'm gonna throw 2 million in for the electric bill on every single government worker that is not getting paid. This is my electric bill fund. Now that would be dope. I'd be like, I still don't like you, but I like that. You know what I'm saying? You just won the Super Bowl. Okay. And you gonna give 2 million towards everybody, workers who are not getting paid, towards their electric bill or towards their heating bill, so their lights don't go off and so their heat don't go off. That would be dope. That would be dope. Too much what? Light? The light is glaring? I don't understand what you're saying. Anyway, so that would be dope. And it's not like you can't find out what government workers are not getting paid. There's a list of them who are on furlough. Sad news about Schwarzenegger. What about Schwarzenegger? Who? Arnold Schwarzenegger? What about Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. He won't be back? Did he die? What happened to him? What happened to the governor? Don't tell me somebody did something to the governor. Shoot. Gotta give it to Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was a hustler, man. He a hustler. And he married Maria Schreiber. Maria Schreiber. Like, come on, bro. You married Maria Schreiber. Like, you should have known not to mess around on Maria Schreiber. She's a Kennedy. Like, no, you don't. She's a Kennedy.